Okay, so this is me starting a doubt session. In between of a doubt session, the l- previous part of this doubt session would be in that NQ trade recap of 19 August Tuesday 2025. So watch that for the full version. Just कहाँ पे गए? I did answer this, but okay ये भी कर दिया मैंने. I used to think like this, but okay, I did answer this as well. Answer this, or if yes, this one. If the previous day, yes, some people do that, and that is kind of justified in some cases. It's not like the thing, the way I do is the only right way. Nope, this field, every way is right way to everyone on their individual basis, at their individual basis. But you have to find an edge around it, revolving around it. How do you find it? By gaining more experience over that thing. There is no right or wrong. Something that is right for me may be wrong for you. Something that is wrong for me could be right for you. So you have to think at the individual basis for yourself what works better for you. Like, okay, UDBI kind of learned from me, Hitesh Bhai kind of learned from me, but there are two, three things which UDBI does differently than me, and you don't have to necessarily copy someone. You can learn from the ones you like, from the ones you can look up to, but then the personal discretion factor should always be there. That should be according to your own personality. And so, nothing as right and nothing as wrong in this field. Yes, there would be many things as wrong, but I'm talking in a different sense. I prefer to put the SL on the extreme highs lows. That doesn't mean putting the SL on bodies is wrong just because I don't do it. Nope. Many people put their SLs at the bodies and that is justified. It works for them. I just don't have much experience with it. I would try it. If I would get good results, I would experiment it on my account. Okay. So don't think this way. If someone you look up to, be it me, be it any YouTuber, be it any mentor, if he does this X thing and someone who does not obey this X thing, that person is wrong, or that Y thing is wrong. No. Okay, that is if the previous day did not manipulate and give continuation. है previous day की तो बात ही नहीं थी, previous day law की बात थी. है ये कौन सा पढ़ लिया भाई ने? And we take it also till higher, or we I was wanting to trade NQ shorts if previous day low was getting displaced through, and NQ longs if previous day low would have been manipulated, not previous day high. हाँ, this thing good जोश. आप लोगों ने मेरे को देखा है एंट्री फॉर्म होने के बाद भी 3 4 5 6 कैंडल बाद एंट्री लेना, वो ऑप्टिमाइज एंट्री. Yes, you showed me this. I didn't have a look at gold that at that time, but looks good. Opposing candle, closer through, yes. M3, yes, looks fine. N- Gold doesn't have that 9:30 driver time, just any other random 30-minute open. 9:30 is on gold. This is my same thought, not thoughts. This is singular. These are my thoughts, or this is my thought. Okay, not again. We can't just put fake SL. Like, two types of SL are there: hard stops and soft stops. Soft stops are like many people, not many people use soft stops, mainly scalpers. Like, this is the level. If they see 1 2 candles closing above this level, then they would manually get out. That is kind of soft stop loss, not fixed by value, but depending to see how this level would react. Just like many people put their stop losses above a FVG, don't they aren't placing their stop loss above the FVG. You would have seen many people use something like this. Instead, what they do is, if they would have got wrong, they would want to see that FVG get disrespected, 1 2 3 candles close above it, and then they manually exit. I personally don't like soft stops. I like hard stops, because risk is managed in a very good way with hard stops, because you never know if price was, if you, like, suppose you risk around there and price closes till there, then what was supposed to be 1 hour, 1 hour minus 1 hour loss, then it would be -2 hour, -3 hour. Like, if you are just tape reading, then it could work, but if you are managing a live account, then your account balance would be affected highly. So yes, in the end, it all depends on what strategy you use, what kind of personality do you have. Okay, I like hard stops, placing my stops exactly at level. If they get touched, I would immediately get out. So sometimes there are candles like expanding this much out of nowhere, so I get saved by them. And I like to have a proper clear invalidation. If this gets touched, I would get out. Okay, just give me a second. With 50% rejection, maybe something. I want to know a little about PSP. Is it worth adding to my trading style? Ask to the one who uses it. I don't know anything about it, so not the right person to ask about this. My only doubt today was, everyone on, leave this thing, everyone leave what I am thinking, leave what X person is thinking. Embrace individuality. You do have your own journey separate than everyone else. Embrace that. Only that way you could think of progressing, of seeing progress, right? Otherwise you would just keep getting happy that your this favorite trading mentor or YouTuber is better than this XYZ. That won't affect or change your personal life, right? Embrace individuality. Learn from the ones you look up to, but do do the things you are supposed to do at your individual level, consist on a consistent basis. On bullish on NQ today, but you were right. I could have been wrong, but what matters is, if you do have a system, and if you do have, and then if you are able to follow that system. I need to study. Yes, everyone needs to study more high time frame narrative. ये देख लिया भाई मैंने, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया. लास्ट वीक का जल्दी बताओ. मिस हो गया ये सेशन तो क्यों कर रहे हो? I explained, sir. Okay, okay, no problem. I would still repeat. ओ, मैंने मार्च लानी है, इसका रिकैप दिया था मैंने, आपको ही दिया था, कितने झूठ बोलते हो. इसका रिकैप मैंने वीकली ट्रेडिंग रिकैप सोचा था उसमें ही करूँगा, ठीक है, उसमें ही करूँगा. Your logic makes more sense that true invalidation is above swing high wick, not the body. Price can go above the body and still drop. You have to, yes. Please explain high time frame opening time of auto locks. Okay, yes. This is something I can take now. Separators कैंडल ओपन होती है, वो समझ आ गया, बट साथ में यूज कैसे करूं? हाँ वही पूरा नहीं देखी होगी ना, बात ही हुई है ना? लाइक डू वॉच द tasks of the elite mentees. यूडीवाई का टास्क देखो, डू वॉच Zara's task, do watch Emerald's task, do watch every mods or every person that is in the gang, do watch their task. I would still take this and don't trust the word. Yes, make handwritten notes. You would get shocked if you see my handwritten notes. How much are there? I have just shared a few of them. I do have more than 3 4 registers, and I have just shared with 1 2 3 persons if I'm not wrong, and that too only like few of my notes, not everything. Already on the fourth I was silver high type of secretary. It would get better over time, but I would still take it. Okay, ये मैंने mention कब करा इस बंदे को? Okay, high time frame, opening time and separator. Okay, let us get back to NQ. Why we use separators is not because just any random time. Like, okay, if I'm framing this M15 chart or M30 chart, and I'm having an expectation of that this M30 candle should expand till here. First thing, that is high time frame narrative. Why should the high time frame candle go there? This M30 and this M30 10 10:30, this 10 a.m. should expand till there, or this M15 candle 10:15 10:30 M15 candle should expand till there, right? Then I'm just profiling the low time frame of these candles, because if I do have a bias, I do have bearish bias, then what do I want to see them to form? In a way, open high low close, open high low close, right? Bearish candle. So when I am on the 1 minute, I have the expectation for that M15 to expand lower, right? This was that M15 candle, this was the M15 candle. So this separator, I'm not just using it as a random level, I'm using this to profile how that high time frame candle is forming, because I want to frame that and not just any M1 setup, right? These opposing candles in respect to this open high, these opposing candles in alignment with this wick, opposing candles aligned with high time frame opening, is basically wanting to see that opposing run. Like for a bearish candle, ideal open high, that opposing move, if your bias is bearish, then you expect that Judas, that opposing move, and you want to frame your entry how I like it. Once that opposing move of the candle is confirmed, then I trust that opposing wick, which is this, which is an opposing run on the lower time frame, trust this to ride towards the objective. As if the open high has formed and this is the high of that high time frame candle, now that high time frame candle should expand away, not because this is a M1 order block, not just because this is in alignment with this. See 10:30, how is 10:30 forming to me? 10:30 open high into this relevant POI, and the best PDRA key level to me is a high, is a low. Highs rejecting, lows getting displaced through. This is what I want. You need to have a expectation prior, and then you can look to profile, and not just based off of profiling you can take anything. Profiling is used to confirm the idea which you already have. So now opposing candles in alignment with high time frame candles, the use of separators, right? This separator tells me, okay, high time frame candle which I'm trying to frame opened here, but it did thereafter Once it is here, now I can trust this high as the high of this higher time frame candle. So I can trade away from it, thinking, assuming that okay, high of this candle has formed, now it should expand till the existing objective. This is my idea, right? Same thing for the 10 a.m. H4 candle. 10 a.m. open high displacing away. Now for me that high of the 10 a.m. candle has formed SMT there somewhere, rejecting this. To me that high of the 10 a.m. candle has formed. So I can trust this as the high of the 4 hour candle till the objective is met. And so if the opposing move has been completed for that 10 a.m. candle open high, I can expect the next time or the price to continue till the objective as the opposing move or the opposing swing, opposing high, open high has been set. Now you do get why I use separators and order blocks aligning with higher time frame opening, right? Purple gene. Like see here, this 15 minute I do have separators of 4 hour candles, 6 a.m., 10 a.m. On the 15 minute, I'm filing 15 minute chart to see how the 4 hour candle is forming. If I am bearish, I want the 4 hour candle to open high, then move lower. How it did form? Open high, starts to displace away. Then, with the proper context, I can trust this high as the high of the 4 hour candle, 10 a.m. 4 hour. And if the high is set, what it is supposed to do now? Expand away from that high, creating that body of the candle. Once that wick is set, opposing wick, right? Once that wick has been formed, and once I can trust that opposing move of that candle, once that opposing move has been done, now it would do the real move till the existing objective, right? So I can frame the continuation of this higher time frame candle. Open high, high has been set. I can expect it to continue till the objective. See, continuing. Get it? मैं इसका आंसर ही नहीं देना चाहता ट्रोलर it's up to let प्राइज है भाई प्राइज मिलेगा खुल के बताओ यूट्यूब भाई क्या चक्कर है खुल के बताओ क्या हो गया आपको सुनंदन पूछो भाई पूछो ओके कहाँ गया वो बंदा हेम व्यास ब्रो नाउ इज योर डाउट क्लियर अबाउट व्हाट क्या पूछा था भाई आपने high time frame opening time for order blocks and how to use separators. Now do you get it? Why do I use separators and in what way I do use separators and how do I use order blocks with high time frame opening time? It should be much better I would say now because rarely after the mentorship I do go in depth over these things. Okay. Doubt to sing किसी को था yes okay one देखिए this अभी समझा दिया same thing open low opposing candles if bullish open low opposing candle should I answer this because this is quite interesting जस्ट phases of price. कहाँ से मैंने नहीं करा आंसर। कर तो दिया आप लोगों ने वैसे, देख ही लो। ओके दिस वन नाइस। इट्स बीन अ व्हाइल आई गॉट अ क्वेश्चन। भाई मेरे कुछ पेंडिंग थे मुंबई वाली बात। मुंबई वाली कौन सी बात? इट्स बीन अ व्हाइल आई got a question, maybe someone knows it. When it comes to high time frame SMT, I was the SMT on the one hour and SMT conducted by after 9 and 7th of August. Okay. Bullish NQ and ESCSD bearish है। इसका क्वेश्चन मेरे को ही समझ नहीं आया। Brother confused me as should I look for in the same or wait for mid the only thing I did was wait for well finally everybody has MTF। अच्छा ITF लिखना है उसमें। लेफ्ट राइट डायरेक्शन ये क्या चीज़ है? Drag go much lower, like you need to have a proper system, Chris bro. If I were to be frank with you, you need to have a proper system. How would you get it? दाएं बाएं मेरे को भी पता है लेफ्ट राइट का हिंदी में मतलब, पर लेफ्ट राइट क्या? बट केपी क्रिस ब्रो 7th August conflicting bias. Yes, so like what did you journal from your losses? You said you have been losing many in your previous time. Like wait, where wait for that swing to get engaged where you would be left with only very few options, not this XYZ blah blah blah. Like one thing which I did today, just was waiting to see how price would react there and not touch it until it reacts, until it touches it. So that means you have to avoid all this। एक सेकंड रुक जाओगे भाई आप लोग, ठाल ठाल ठाल। So that means you have to avoid all this internal price action and you have to be willing to avoid it, else pay the price. So once you know where opportunity exists for you, and how would you tell where opportunity exists for you? Just simply daily chart, simply daily chart. This level has enough of a room away from these levels, so yes, this is a relevant swing for me. And you would miss some position which would look too good, and that is okay, because that's how you would refine, you would learn. So let the positions which would look good in the hindsight, let them go. But if you are confused, why are you framing at the first point? Like ask yourself from where or which point or which is a point of relevance to you from where you could confidently frame either this way or either that way. To me it was here, right? To me it was this level. I couldn't tell with much conviction, like if it would go higher, if it would go lower. Yes, I was wanting to see it go lower, right? But where a crystal clear opportunity exists for you, this was a level here for me, because it had enough room away from this, and not just off of 15, that level off of daily, and then use the low time frame according to yourself, right? In the New York session, I prefer to use M15, M30 and the lower ones. Early in the day, I would prefer to see how hourly or 4 hour candles react to that point. But in the New York session, when price is moving very fast as compared to the early hours of the day, so I would use much lower time frame. It's just price in the end. Time frame is just you watching price over a period of sample period of time. The more speed with which price is moving, the more lesser time frame you would use. You would see me taking M3, M5 entries, you would see me taking M1 entries, depends on the framework of the day, right? भाई क्या पागल हो गए हो आप लोग? So make a clear system, and you should know prior going into the day of a daily chart where opportunity exists for you. Like many people told me, yes, long this, that, this SMT here. Nope. I had a protected swing of a daily, so I wouldn't look too long until this is it. Never, never, never. Right? And even if you do the right things, you can still lose. Right? You can still lose. Even if that means I am supposed to wait for this to get hit, I could still end up losing. But that is what you call a quality loss, and that could be part of your system, but not any random loss, right? Not any unjustified loss. Like you can't expect 100% win rate, but you can increase your win rate by decreasing the frequency of your trades, by simply demanding clean framework, by simply waiting for obvious clean setups. Where would an obvious clean setup form for me? Here, simply, right? Good Josh. ये क्या है 130? Okay, so higher time frame SMT, this, that, this. Just focus more on the daily chart, and then frame low time frame according to as much volatility as it is there. And I could answer your doubt a bit in a bit better way if you were here at the moment, because I myself don't know exactly what you are trying to ask, but I tried my best. इसका आंसर दे दिया था ना किसी ने? इसका यूट्यूब है आपने समझा दिया होगा। और ये ब्रदर, do post your doubts from the mentorship in that specific channel. कहाँ गया भाई यूट्यूब भाई? ओए मेरे को ही उड़ा दिया। अच्छा, in here. Okay, normal doubts here. Okay, but doubts related to mentorship, okay, doubt clear ही हो गया, but your doubts related to the mentorship task in that specific category. Or ES was giving good framework for longs. Yeah, if it aligns and if you do have conviction. I wouldn't normally prefer taking prior to CPI. Ombai does these kind of things. I don't. Ombai is crazy boy. I want to learn about realizing. Maybe wrong word. About the range to anticipate the true breakout. Incorporate higher time frame framework. Incorporate higher time frame narrative. I was already bullish, not on the 3 minute, off of the daily chart. So then, if I am bullish, I would expect the low time frame relevant highs to be displaced through, and not just 3 minute high is getting displaced through, let me get bullish. You make a bias from the higher time frame first, then you refine the low time frame, then you frame the low time frame accordingly to that higher time frame bias, which YouTube वीडियो दे तो दी वैसे आपने, है ना? प्राइवेट थी वैसे। जस्ट भाई का ये आंसर कर दिया था मैंने। I think I did answer this, if I am not wrong, right? I did answer this in that previous session. Do you believe in premium discount? Yes, I do believe. What do you mean by believe? Do you use or not? That should be there. Do you believe? Like this really range NQ some ICT? Yes, if it doesn't work for them, then okay. Prices like requires a specific framework. Like if price is expanding, they can say buy in premium. Yes, without needing pullback. They are absolutely right. I do use premium discount as I said, but I know when to use it. Phases of price. If I'm expecting a expansion, I won't always want to see price coming back to discount if I want to long. Okay, let's talk about this daily chart here. This is the dealing range, right? If I am bullish on some day, like I was bullish this day, okay, this was the day I live traded. Nice. If I am bullish this day, I wouldn't want it to come all the way this back to then go higher till there, right? Depends. And what it depends on phases of price. If I'm expecting expansion, then I won't prefer to use premium discount. When not to, and where to use it. Even with expecting expansion, I would use EQ of the most recent legs, premium discount of the most recent legs, right? And when I would use प्रीमियम डिस्काउंट, मेरे को कोई एग्जांपल यहाँ पे अगर मैं ढूंढ सकता हूँ, मेरे को ढूंढने दो एक सेकेंड। गोल्ड में थी मेरी लास्ट पोजीशन, किस में थी? ओए मेरी को पोजीशन ही नहीं मिल रही है। ओके, यही दिख जाती है आ जाके, सब लोग बोलोगे एक ही बस्ती है इसके पास, ये दिखा देता है, पर मेरे पास थी एक और यार। लाइक if I am expecting bearish, if I do have like उसको क्या बोलते हैं, conflict, not conflicting bias but opposing, if I am framing counter trend, then I would frame it as retracement. Then with retracement I would use premium discount of the most recent legs, which is mainly previous daily range. So I did took a short this day, shorting till EQ or maybe discount of the previous day's range. Even though previous day closed this much bullish, I was expecting this day to be a retracement day. That requires a specific framework as well, but you better not go that deep, else you would confuse yourself. Over time you can, but take it slowly. Focus more on the basics in the start, then more advanced. Where to use it, just like I used previous day's range. What to use it for, objectives, if I were to frame away from it, if I were to frame towards it. इसका मैंने बोला था yes. Okay, this one, yes, connect. There was a SMT, just like I said I wouldn't prefer to long, yes, until this would have been hit. I am okay losing as well. Yes, good Josh that you weren't trying to frame longs away from this. Nice. NQ, you could think of framing longs. Could, but you should better not frame shorts longs away from this. Why? Reason behind yes shorts, there was SMT down. This is simple answer. Going into the week, I do have already established framework, range high manipulation, so range low is my objective, simply. So going into the week, I already have established framework for shorts, so with then intact draw, so I wouldn't prefer to be bullish until this is hit. And even if you were to tell yourself, if this move, like even if you were to make it too complex for yourself and not make it simple, even if you were to make it complex for yourself, right? Like, if you want to know if this is a reversal, if this is a retracement, okay. Even if you want to consider this as a retracement, then with retracement, you want to see EQ of previous ranges getting respected, which is clearly not the case here. EQ of this range here to here is getting disrespected. And if you just use previous day's EQ, that is also getting disrespected. So this is not clearly a retracement, and with the amount of क्या बोलते हैं urgency away from this high, I would simply assume within a second this is a reversal of hair, how it tags it and immediately move away. Then my eyes immediately go there, nothing without it. So yesterday 100% valid framework for looking short, same as today. And now for tomorrow I would want to see how it reacts there, and if it is not able to close much back inside, then this previous level would be a level of concern for me, just like how it was today on NQ. This, if it simply moves away, then I would frame it as Tuesday reversal, Wednesday continuation. These highs as my objective, as this makes sense to stay protected. These are intra-week unprotected highs. Tuesday has hit the relevant level, but if it fails to form a proper reversal in the lower time frame, then Wednesday ideally forms that reversal after sweeping previous low, and these next swings do have enough separation from here, so a protected swing can form on Wednesday, and Wednesday can simply move away if Tuesday would have set the intra-week reversal off of this here. But if price displaces through this, then I could look to short till here and at first previous low. Same thing if displaces through previous low, then here. So you should have a plan off of the daily chart before looking at the low time frames. For the high time frame, ओके, ये दिशांत भाई डाउट पूछ रहे थे या ज़ारा का डाउट क्लियर कर रहे थे? Yes, has practicing on top with range low as objectives or shorts for yes. NQ has failure swings on top. Yes, after it took previous low. If price moved aggressively to the range, could have planned for longs. Yes, you are 100% right, दिशांत भाई. Same idea मेरा भी था. और क्या क्या लगे क्या हुए थे भाई तुम लोग यहाँ पे? भाई मेरे कुछ पेंडिंग थे. अच्छा आपके पेंडिंग बैक हैं? क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बैक टेस्टिंग? ओके, बैक टेस्टिंग का नया तरीका ये मेरे को भी सिखाओ फिर, क्योंकि मेरे से नहीं हो रही बैक टेस्टिंग. बैक टेस्टिंग क्या खोल ही नहीं पाता हूँ मैं यार. हाँ, करने का दूर, आपने कोई मोटिवेशन ढूंढी है या बैक टेस्टिंग टेक्निकल तरीका ढूंढा है नया? एनक्यू का जनरल, हाँ बताओ मेरे को भी. मुंबई वाली बात चलो वो बाद में बताना, ये अभी बता दो मुझे. लेफ्ट राइट ये तो मेरे को अभी तक समझ नहीं आया. हाँ मेरे को भी समझ नहीं आया. दाएं बाएं लेफ्ट कौन सा, दाएं राइट नहीं समझ आया मेरे को. कल कल MYM वाई. अच्छा, हितेश भाई आपसे पूछ रहे हैं वो. हितेश भाई आपने आंसर नहीं करा यार, चीटिंग करते हो आप. क्योंकि ये मेरे को समझ नहीं आया सीधी बात. आप लोग मेरे को भी कर दिया पर. लेफ्ट हैंड हैंड क्या, लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड? भाई इंग्लिश में बोल लो, आप हिंदी मत ट्राई करो, हमें और कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो आप. अभी कह रहे हो क्लियर नहीं हो, अभी कह रहे हो डाउट. भाई मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा इन बंदों के साथ. यानी चेक माय टास्क ऑन. अच्छा यूडी भाई को बोला है, मैं क्यों करूँ अब. अच्छा हाँ. आई यूज क्या आप बोल रहे हो भाई, मेरे को क्या लेफ्ट राइट बोल रहे हैं, किसी को समझ आ रही है? भाई सिंपल ग्रीन एंड ब्लैक कलर इसके अच्छे लग रहे हैं मेरे को। ये डायरेक्ट उन्हीं के प्लेटफॉर्म पे करता है मेरे हिसाब से, अच्छे कलर लग रहे हैं मेरे को, पता नहीं क्यों। अब ये वाले कलर चुभ रहे हैं मेरे को भाई, इस विक को चेंज करो यार। नाइस, गुड जोश, गुड फ्रेमवर्क। सेम एंट्री होती मेरी, चोर इंसान, सेम एंट्री होती मेरे बिना लिए तुमने। अब नाइस वन। आर वी भाई, वाई एम कौन फ्रेम करता है यार? और क्या पूछ रहे, दाएं बाएं ना मेरे को समझाना इनका क्या था भाई, लेफ्ट राइट। पता नहीं क्या भाई। और एक चीज, हाँ एक दो डाउट ऊपर रह गए, मैंने कहा मैं करता हूँ, मैंने करे नहीं। ओए ये किसने भेजा मेरा? अच्छा, ये मैंने बोला कि वीकली ट्रेडिंग रिकैप में डालो, और मैं मार चलाऊंगा, ये मैंने समझाया था पर स्टिल बता दूंगा। सबको मार चलेगी यहाँ पे पता है, सिर्फ मेरे को छोड़ के। और किसका है कोई डाउट था? आई ओनली डाउट टुडे। अभी भी ये बंदा ही नहीं है तो इससे पूछ के क्या फायदा? वीडियो भाई, वो बंदा पीएचपी सीखेगा पता है आपको? पीएचपी सीख के वो ट्विटर पे राज करेगा। पर मेरे को खुद नहीं आती, मैं कैसे कहूँ? मैं एनक्यू ओनली डाउट्स वर मे बी आंसर्ड ओके। एसएल बॉडीज आया यू, अच्छा उसने लिखा भी था यू आंसर्ड बोथ। मैंने ये समझा दिया, और सिर्फ यही समझाना है, ये पिछले वीक का पूरा ट्रेडिंग रिकैप कर देना, बड़ा मस्त है। बहुत रेयरली मैं पूरे वीक का ट्रेडिंग रिकैप करता हूँ। देखा यार, एक और चीज थी, घुमा दी इन लोगों ने। खुल के बताया करो आप। अच्छा, इसके नीचे तब पढ़ी मैंने बातें। हाँ इसके ऊपर ये समझ ही नहीं आया था मेरे को, पता नहीं क्या पूछ रहे हो भाई आप। हाँ मैंने आंसर दे दिया था, प्रीवियस डे लो था यहाँ पे, और आई आंसर दिस एज ऑल्सो, आई वुड एंड द रिकॉर्डिंग नाउ। अच्छा एक और मेंशन पहले, कैन यू सी माई टास्क? हाँ अभी तो नहीं। अब इनको कोई क्या बताया, मेंटरशिप खत्म होने के बाद मेरा ये सेक्शन खोलने का ही मन नहीं करता। हाँ आपने भेजी थी सागर भाई, मैं उसको वीकली रिकैप में इंक्लूड करूंगा, ओके। सो डू यू पीपल हैव एनी मोर डाउट्स, एल्स आई वुड एंड दिस डाउट सेशन, जिसका नाम अभी तक ट्रेड रिकैप चल रहा है। नो मोर, आपने पूछे ही कहाँ। ओके।